AEW Face Fan Backlash over Britt Baker shirt, plus CM Punk backstage at the Impact tapings, and AEW stars have teased a match with the Bloodline. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Who'd have thought a t-shirt could cause such furore?
People are upset. People are upset about this Britt Baker shirt. You've probably seen it by now. It's trending over the weekend multiple times, and fans saying that it's a completely unacceptable t-shirt. What's going on, Tom?
So this comes back to when Britt Baker got a shoe-in from the Outcasts last month, because it is May, by the way. Happy May. Pinch punch, first of the month. White rabbits, white rabbits, white rabbits. And in the backlash to this, Britt Baker shared a selfie with herself with a black eye. She's got a bit of a shiner
looking
from
badass.
Looking badass. And in a way of mockery of Britt Baker, the Outcasts were wearing the selfie on a t-shirt on Rampage. AEW then proceeded to put this t-shirt on sale for a cool $29.99. Hashtag not a t-shirt company. Now, fans on Twitter are calling out AEW for this. Now, because without context, people are saying that this t-shirt could send a very bad message. One comment saying, imagine wearing this in public and someone has no idea who Britt Baker or AEW is. Terrible idea for everyone involved. Now, Baker responded to that negative criticism by sharing photos of similar t-shirts, including that one of CM Punk and MJF with the blood print across there, with her saying, okay, what about this? Were one of these men unalived by the other? How will non-wrestling fans understand? Call the police! All right, Titus O'Neil, calm down. They didn't end...
Carry on.
There was another fan that claimed that the t-shirt was tantamount to AEW supporting domestic violence. Baker replied to this, asking if they would have been as offended if it was a man with a black eye on the picture instead. Now, Soraya responded to this fan in question and wrote, dude, as much as I think Britt Baker is an asshole, wrestling isn't for you. Lamau. At the end.
Ruffle.
This is, I think this is a bit out of context.
I think it's been blown out of proportion. You know what? I do get the fan criticism.
Yeah.
If I saw somebody out with a picture of a woman with a black eye on, my mind wouldn't immediately swing to wrestling if I wasn't a wrestling fan. This is, and it just the way it looks, like she looks miserable in the photo, right? It looks like it could be like, I don't know, a police evidence picture or something like that. I actually do get the criticism here. It's like, I was thinking back, did WWE release pictures? You know when Becky got lumped by Nia and she was all bloody,
yeah,
and she's then in the crowd. I can't remember if they actually released t-shirts of that, because I think that's a comparison that can probably be made. At the same time, Becky was like smiling in that photo as well, and she was like, it looked like she was embracing it, and it was such an era or defining moment for Becky Lynch. I understand the criticism, but I think that's a fair point to make as well. It's just like, well, if the men can do it, why can't the women too?
Yeah, exactly. If you should be able to take one out of proportion and not the other, really, in this day and age.
This could have all been saved by a bit of text on the thing. Just
this is a wrestling storyline.
Wrestling storyline. Nobody was seriously hurt. Britt Baker's cool or something like that.
You should see the other guy.
yeah, that's good.
That'd have been all right.
Yeah.
Wrestling t-shirts are an interesting discussion point in general, because there's not many wrestling t-shirts that I would wear in public. I own like a WWE classic logo t-shirt, which I quite like. Yeah. It's pretty. You
got Viscera from No Mercy.
I've got Viscera from No Mercy.
Official t-shirt.
That official picture of Viscera from No Mercy. Thank you to my brother Jim for getting me that for Christmas. Best Christmas present I've ever had. But there's a few that have come out, and I think, like, obviously, we've been through the age of like Degeneration X and people wearing "Suck It" on a t-shirt.
Rikishi's buttocks on the background. Always pounding ass. The APA.
Oh my god!
Sin Cara with his willy out.
Remember that one with the caption underneath saying, "Look at me, I'm Sin Cara and I've got my willy out." Do you remember The Rock released a t-shirt because he was trying to get over a new catchphrase called "How are your lips?"
Oh my god!
So he had a t-shirt
that takes me back.
in black.
Yeah.
It was a black t-shirt, white text. "How are your lips?"
Yeah.
Weird to wear that in public.
I think the thing here is AEW. Not everything has to be released on a t-shirt. They do release an awful lot of them. You can't blame them. They're making bank doing it. But at the same time, I get the criticism here, but I also get the counter argument. I think this is entirely black and white. I'm sitting on the fence on this one, Tom. I'm sitting on the fence. Dangerous thing to do.
You're always sitting on the fence.
Yeah, that's me.
On that note, get Adam Pacitti sitting on the fence T-shirt right now. Joe, you can't get that one. You can get a pudding enjoyment noises T-shirt.
Cultaholicshop.com. Go on.
Get that out of context. That'd be hilarious. Let's head to Chicago. He had it coming. CM Punk was knocking around at Impact.
Yep. So he turned up. Backstage WWE Raw. He's now popped up backstage at Impact. And got a nice picture with Jordan Grace.
Lovely picture.
Everybody's very, very happy to see him. Everybody's talking about Impact. So it's helped out Impact this time around. How do you feel about this?
I think this is... do you know what? This is sort of the CM Punk welcome back to wrestling tour, isn't it?
It's weird.
It's
it's really weird.
Really strange. So Impact were in Chicago. They for taping for the next couple of weeks of television. And they teased a big surprise. And there was sort of CM Punk-based imagery that Jack and I were going, oh, it's definitely going to be Punk. And then, hey, you know what? Fool us. He turned up backstage. What a way to say. Jordan Grace had a lovely picture with him. Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express hanging out with CM Punk.
Nice.
Give us the Rock and Punk Express, you cowards. Fightful Select say we were told that Punk was welcomed there and brought through by security as opposed to led away. Even by numerous fans, they were happy to see him. Those we spoke to said he's backstage mingling with talent, posing for pictures and in a good mood. Joey Janela followed this up by tweeting, he can't come in the GCW locker room until he's completed the Rocky movies. I will have him escorted off the premises on site.
Joey Janela doesn't have that kind of authority.
Who do you think he is? Jackie Weaver?
I don't know. We've talked about this an awful lot. In this case, I can buy that he was, going to see like Naomi's there now, obviously, and they were friends during the WWE days. Let's move on. Come on.
Well, one thing I'll say is, obviously, CM Punk, he was there, as you say, supporting Naomi. And you mentioned in the news on Saturday that Mercedes Moné was there. Tamina was there as well.
Is that right?
Tamina was there as well.
Oh,
so Tamina and CM Punk once again in the same place at the same time. I think they're going to launch a TV series where they solve crimes.
The original odd couple, Tamina and CM Punk.
Yeah, solving crimes. Make that happen, you monsters. Owen WWE side of things, we can't solve the riddle of who should beat Roman Reigns for the undisputed championship. Andrew Zarian put out a tweet last night that caused a bit of a kickoff. He said, I've been told numerous times that WWE wants to update its history books and needs longer title reigns, pun intended. He did so in a quote retweet from Wrestling Observer's Jim Valley, who opined that Roman could be in line to surpass Hulk Hogan's title reign of 1,474 days. So therefore, I think this got taken out of context. Once again, the topic of the day is things out of context. Zarian later put out a tweet saying, I never said Roman will surpass Hogan or Bruno's title reign. My point was WWE would like to modernize the record books, and Roman holding the title for over 1,000 days is part of that plan.
So the real story here is that WWE wants longer title reigns.
That's the story.
That's the definite bit, but everybody's saying that Roman is going to definitely beat Hulk Hogan and his title reign. Not beat Hulk Hogan. There's a match.
WrestleMania 40, do it.
Mid-80s title reign, that would have been, wouldn't it?
It's on course to. I mean, looking at Roman's title reign, because the introduction of the World Heavyweight title certainly suggests that they are going to certainly go the distance with Roman Reigns and the Universal title, more so than they already have.
Yeah, and the plan is next year to rerun Roman and Cody as well. You can't do that match without Cody winning. Famous last words and everything, but you can't do it again. Surely not. Roman will drop it. Roman has to drop it.
Never-ending story. No, he ends the story by winning the belt in Saudi Arabia. It's fine.
There you go.
It's what Daddy always wanted. But by the time Roman gets to Mania 40 next year, he would have surpassed Pedro Morales' WWF title reign at 1,027 days. And I believe he will still be just behind Bob Backlund at 2,135.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge behind Bruno Sammartino at 2,803.
Just a smidge.
Still behind Ken Barlow's reign on Coronation Street, which continues at 23,000 plus days right now. So I know who I'm acknowledging. Why
did I look up? He's not dead.
He's fine. Ken Barlow's not up there, Ray. AEW Flavored news. The Young Bucks have been cheeky in their bio again.
Who'd have thunk it? They've updated their bio saying, before we hang it up, we would love to wrestle the Usos just to see if we can break the all-time super kick record. Way, come on. I'd love to see it. You know, we've talked about dream matches, AEW, WWE dream matches for a long time. Top of the list for me is Kenny Omega, Seth Rollins. Not far below it is the Young Bucks and the Usos, two of the best tag teams in the world.
And 7 million super kicks all in one day. Well, Bucks contracts are coming up for renewal, I believe, in the next year. And I know that we talked about this the other day about WWE who are keen to poach some key talent from AEW.
Never say never. Everybody said it would never happen with Cody.
Yeah.
Nobody believed it was going to happen.
Still hasn't.
You can't. No, it'll work. Oh, that.
I thought you meant that
sorry.
thing. No, they never thought Cody was coming over, did they?
No.
And, we never thought we'd see the day, but there we go.
I've stopped saying, like, you can't speak in definites anymore in wrestling. You can't go that obviously can't happen, because we've seen, especially multiple times over the past 2 years or so, anything can happen in the Wrestling Federation, in the entire wrestling landscape. So no longer will Sam sit here and say, I'll eat my hat if that doesn't happen, because anything can happen. You never know.
He'll be eating a lot of hats if he does. And I wouldn't recommend it. It's not good for you. We'll have more wrestling news throughout your day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.